Hey, what's good, everybody? Dale Valor here with another MVD exclusive. All right, so listen, here's the deal, man. You know, I talk to so many different guys, and just over the course of my life, and I'm sure you've encountered this too, there's a common trope that we see on TV. We see it in movies. We see it, online. Friends of ours talking, blah, blah, blah. What am I talking about? It's that women don't like sex, okay? And the ones that do are super slutty, And it's just a common trope that you see. We'll take a sitcom, for instance, right? You have the dopey dad who's all sex obsessed and always trying to get with the wife, and she's always pushing him away and never acts interested and things like that. And it's just such a common narrative that we see. And I think that reinforces a lot of things mentally with men to think that women just really aren't into it that much. And they're kind of doing you a favor by sleeping with you, getting with you, whatever, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dispel some of the myths that you may have heard, encountered, maybe you even think. Okay, so I got a few points to touch on, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's get it. Number one, she has to be turned on. All right, so here's the deal. Most women, now again, look, I'm speaking in generalities. Of course, there's outliers, and there's many, many outliers, by the way, because there's many, many women on planet Earth, okay? But the thing is that in large part, women have to be turned on to feel sexual, all right? Meaning, if you're not leading it into a sexual direction, then she's gonna consider this platonic. She's gonna consider us to be friends. We've all heard the let's just be friends speech, right? And so one of the ways to get out of that is to show interest. When you show interest, when you show her that you find her attractive and that you're willing to make a move and you're willing to put it out there, you're taking a risk, right? And so that risk can either be rewarded or the risk doesn't work out, and that's okay too, because you can just move on to the next one, right? But the thing is that if it's rewarded, she's going to start feeling sexual with you because she's going to start getting those images in her head. She's going to start feeling the tingles, all those things for you. And so you have to make it known. And you have to start, in large part, man, you got to start slowly. You got to start working it up. I always advocate 2 steps forward, 1 step back, all the way across the board. Whether it's when you first interact with her, all the way to when you're having a sexual intercourse. If you're working it up towards that, go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Don't just be like, bam, let's go, Because a lot of times a girl needs to be warmed up. One of the best ways that I've heard it put, I've heard it in several different places, so I can't really cite a source here, but I do agree with it. It's that, men's sexual desire is more like a light switch that goes on and off, right? Women's is more like a dial. Like you see those light switches that are that you can adjust the volume or the brightness of the lights by turning a knob. It's kind of like that. Men, it's like I'm either turned on or I'm turned off. Okay. Women, it's more like I'm kind of turned on, not enough to really go full throttle with it, but I'm kind of turned on. So at the end of the day, be looking to lead sexually. Don't be afraid to show your sexual side. Don't be a closeted heterosexual, okay, where you're hiding your sexuality, all right? Now, you don't want to be forceful with it, but at the same time, you don't want to be afraid to express it either, okay? So, all right, we're going to get to number 2. Let's get it. Number 2, she wants to be free to express herself. Man, look, here's the thing, dude. If she feels like that you're going to judge her for being sexual or having sexual thoughts or fantasies or anything else, and she feels like that she's going to be shunned for it or shamed for it or something like that, then she's not going to open up to you. And then she's probably not going to open up at all sexually, okay, with you because she's afraid of that judgment. She doesn't want to be put on blast. She doesn't want you to put her on Front Street and everybody knows that she's into this wild thing, whatever that wild thing might be, all right? She wants to keep that to herself because she fears that judgment. She doesn't want to be looked at as a slut or a whore or something like that. So look, be open. Even if it's something that you're not into per se. Doesn't mean you have to go through with it. Doesn't mean that you have to do it. Doesn't even mean that you have to condone it. But what you should do is at least be open to hearing her out without judgment, coming down on her, trying to correct her, trying to say that she's wrong in some way for thinking that. Just like let that go, man. It doesn't mean that you have to partake in it. It just means that just hear her out and listen and, you know, affirm that, like, hey, that's cool that you're into sexual things, okay? That you have kinks, that you have fetishes, that you have fantasies, whatever it is that she may have, okay? So just be open to it and don't judge her. All right, we're gonna get number 3. Let's go. Hey guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so now. Why? Because we're putting out videos 3 times a week to help you level up your dating life, your personal life, every aspect of your life. And that's what we're here to do, and that's what we're gonna do. So make sure that you subscribe, like the video, share it with somebody that you know needs to see it, and I know that you know somebody that does. In addition to all of that, the last Saturday in July, we're going to be doing our monthly live Zoom event. And this month, we're going to be talking about overcoming your limiting beliefs. So all you got to do is register and show up. It's 100% free. Number 3, she has a vivid imagination. All right. Now, again, I'm speaking in generalities. Okay. But I will tell you this. You know, guys are always, it's a stereotype that guys talk sexual with other guys, talking about what they did and conquests and things of that sort. Locker room talk, as they call it, right? Dude, I am here to tell you that if you ever hear a bunch of women talk about sexual things, it is 1,000 times more graphic, more intimate, more detail-oriented than you have ever had in your life with any other guy, okay? Generally, at least this is my experience. Maybe your experience is a little bit different, but if me and one of my boys are talking, and he's like, yeah, I got with this girl the other night, blah, 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 that's pretty much the end of it. We're not really going into detail past that very much. Women go into extreme detail on it, okay? And the thing is that it's almost kind of like a bonding experience. So she wants to share what happened and the experience of it and how she felt and how good you were or wasn't. Trust me, if you have a girlfriend, okay, all her friends probably know everything about you sexually. Okay, even things that you're like, hey, look, you know, I'd really prefer if you keep this to yourself. Trust me when I say there's a very strong possibility, a very strong chance that she has told her best friends that whatever it is that you're into. Okay, that's just what they do, man. And so you can like it or not like it. It doesn't really matter because it's going to happen. Okay, but thing is, what that tells me though is this: their imagination is so much more vivid, so much more experience oriented. Like they want to try different things. Okay, now whether they do or they don't is kind of almost inconsequential. Okay, because even if they don't, there's still things that they really, really, really want to experience. For guys, it's quite limited generally. Okay, you know, there's the main things, which I'm not going to go into great detail about, but outside of that, that's about it. You know, women want to be tied up. Some women that like to be degraded. There's some women that have a cuck fetish or cuctress fetish. There's some women that, you know, the list goes on and on and on. I could rattle off things all day. But here's the thing, man. One of the girls that I kick it with, just as an experiment, what I had her do was go on a social media platform and get to make friends with women that are in more restrictive, conservative type of cultures, in particularly sexually. And she got to know these women through, you know, social media. and just started having conversations with them. And because she's a girl, they opened up so much more about what they're into, what they want to have happen to them, what they want to try, all these different things that they would never tell you, that they would never tell a guy that they're dating. It's I'm not going to say it because I don't want the video to get banned or something like that. I really, really want to, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so here's the deal, man. There's all kinds of craziness out there that they want to experience, okay? And so let them share. Let them feel open, like we talked about in the last point, and only you're going to benefit from it. All right, we're going to get number 4. Let's get it. Number 4. Sex can be complicated, all right? Because look, there's all kinds of reasons why, and I think most of us understand what those reasons are, okay? But the thing is that, think of it like this, okay? Women generally, again, painting with a broad brush here, all right? So don't kill me if you're one of these outliers or whatever. But by and large, man, women equate sexual intent and things like that to somebody that they want to ultimately have some kind of a relationship with, okay? And so that complicates things. That complicates feelings. It complicates wanting to be open because, look, if she tells you something crazy or what she deems as what could be crazy and you take it the wrong way and she really likes you, she's running a risk that you're going to be like, meh, not so much, So the thing is, she's going to keep it to herself. All right. But there's obviously many women who don't have these entanglements as much. But understand, if you work on health, wealth, and relationships, and you up your status and you up your game across the board, she's likely to want to have a relationship with you. Okay? And if she does, she may hold back. Understand that. Understand the complication in that. Now, look, there's ways to navigate through that. There's ways to, basically work around those things if you just want a friends with benefits. But here's the deal. You have to state your intent. Let her know what it is that you want and see if it's compatible. Okay? So here's the deal, man. We did a video a little while back on stating your intent. So what we're going to do is we're going to link that up. I want you to go to that video because we go super deep because, man, that's so important, bro, that you're able to state your intent so she knows what it is that you want from her. If you want to stay out of the friend zone, that's the way to do it. She has to know what it is that you want. Otherwise, she's left to build her own narrative about you. Now, you have to not only try to engage with her, but you also have to battle a narrative that she made up about you. All right, so I will see you there.